Missing someone with all your missing someone
What's up guys, it's Lauren and welcome back to my channel. In this week's episode, I'm going to be taking my client Nadia and adding some violet underlights to her normal platinum blonde. This is what she usually comes in, and I touch up her roots every about 4 to 6 weeks because that is the maintenance when you're doing a solid lightening retouch like this. Anything longer than that, you can get some banding, so it's very high maintenance when you want a solid platinum color like this. So yeah, if you're thinking about doing this type of color where it's a solid platinum color, just remember that this color is super high maintenance and you'll have to come in and get your hair done about every month to get your roots touched up and toned. So for Nadia's lightener retouch, I like to start in the back, and the reason why I start in the back is because when that is ready, I like to rinse it out first. So in the back there, I did start her off with some 20 vol, and then in the front, I do bump her up to 25 vol, and I am using the Pulp Riot Blonde AF for her lightener as well. And you can see I'm using cotton just to separate the hair, because sometimes if you have a lot of lightener on the roots and you just kind of like lay over the previous lightener, some of it can get on the previously lightened hair and can cause a little breakage. So the cotton is just there as a barrier to separate and prevent the lightener from bleeding onto the hair that's already blonde, because remember that this color, the level is super light, so any type of overlapping, since she's already pretty much at a level 9 and 10, could possibly break her hair or compromise it in some sort of way. Now with my application with this lightener retouch, I like to take very thin slices with each section. So every section that I need to apply new product to, I make sure that the section is see-through enough so that I'm not missing any hair. So this ensures that the hair is fully saturated. So there I'm slicing the hair and making sure that I can see through the previous product that I put on the other side, so that I make sure that I'm fully saturating the hair and there aren't any like dark spots left. And that's really important, especially when you're doing a solid platinum card or blonde like this, to fully saturate and not leave out any dark spots, because you will be able to see them because the color is so solid and light. So for Nadia's Platinum Blonde formula, I like to use the Pulp Riot Liquid Demis, and I use it because it's super easy to apply. So I'm going to be using their 9-1, 9-2, and 0-0. So right now I'm putting in clear, and I like to mix her formula color of a total of 4 ounces. So 2 ounces of color and then 2 ounces of developer. And so I'll do about a little over an ounce of clear, and then a little over half an ounce of 9-1, and then I'll finish off and do a little less than half an ounce of 9-2, and then that's when I add in my 2 ounces of their developer, which is a 6 volume developer. And I feel like you really do need to use the Pulp Riot Liquid Demi developer with these products, because that's what really gets you your gel-like consistency when using these products. Because I don't know if any of you guys have used it, but it's super easy to blend and apply. It's gel-like and it doesn't drip at all, so it's really great for shadow rooting, or if you just want to like put on a quick toner like I'm going to be doing for her blonde toner. But yeah, here is what that 6 volume looks like, and it's comes in a really convenient bottle, just like their other developers. So when I apply her toner, I apply it to the root first, and then I apply it everywhere after I've already applied it to the root. And this is what it looks like processing. You can see that I put a little bit more of that 9-1, so it's getting more of like a silvery tone, which is exactly what we wanted. And another reason why I really love this toner is because it smells really great, and it makes the hair really shiny and easy to manage afterwards. I don't feel like I need to put a hair mask on after using these toners, which I really, really love. So Nadia went ahead and Googled some inspo, and this was her inspo as far as color placement. So I went ahead and sectioned her hair like this so that she could see some of the hair if she tucked her hair behind her ear, and it really just peeks out on that one side, which is exactly what she wanted. And now I pretty much dried her hair to get her ready for her color, because we're going to be doing a lighter purple for the underneath, and we're going to be using the Pulprite semis for that. So for her light purple, I'm going to be using Lilac and some Nevermore, and I mixed these colors about 1-to-1, equal parts to each other, and honestly I felt like this created such a beautiful like metallic-y lilac color that she was going for. And here I just like to swatch the color after I'm done mixing to make sure that my client likes the color. So I go ahead and show them this paper towel, and if they approve, we go ahead with the color. Whenever I apply a semi-color onto the hair, I typically like to root each quadrant that I'm working on. So here, for instance, I'm going to be working on this front half quadrant, and so I root it first, making sure that I fully saturate the roots. This makes it easy when you break it out from roots and then move to the mids and ends to make sure that you're really saturating the hair. And you can see I'm really going back and forth and painting on the color so that I make sure that I'm getting every hair strand and not leaving any out, because the hair is drier, so it's a little bit harder to spread the color a little bit. So you have to really work in the color, make sure that you're fully saturating to ensure that you're coloring everything. And then once I'm done rooting everything, I will go back in and make sure that I fully saturate the mids and ends. And I take probably about an inch section for each of these to ensure that I'm fully saturating each section in my hand there. Now the maintenance on this color is just like every other creative color. It's good to wash your hair in super cold water and use some sulfate-free shampoo, and occasionally use some purple shampoo to cancel out any yellow tones in the hair that might show up. Now I saw Nadia about 4 weeks after this appointment, and this violet was still in her hair. So safe to say that this color probably would have lasted her probably about 6 weeks, I would say, until it probably fades back to her blonde. But yeah, so I feel like that's pretty good and kind of a good gauge of what to expect when you're going up pastel tones such as this color. And in case you're wondering what the dark hair is behind there, Nadia did have an undercut, and she did ask me not to bleach that, so we're just leaving that part her natural color, and I normally just retouch whatever is blonde. So again, here I'm mostly just rooting this quadrant, and then I will move on and apply the color to the mids and ends. I think one of my favorite things about coloring hair is that I have full creativity to do different trends and make it my own. I really love that she brought up that photo from Google, and we're kind of doing a little different twist to it and making it more personal to her. And I just love the creative side of creating, because there really are no like rules or limitations to creative color. You can really just do whatever you want, mix up whatever you want, as long as you have like a good game plan. It usually turns out good. And I really love that each creative color that I've ever done on anyone has pretty much never been the same. I never really like to use the same color from the same tube. I always like to mix a custom color for every client so that it looks brand new and like hasn't been done before, and it's made specially for each and every one of my clients. And I really believe that's what makes getting your hair colored so special, because especially with like creative color, I feel like you choose a color that you want and your hairdresser will make this custom color and shade, and color placement that is really just meant for you to make your hair dreams come true. And I really love that part, especially when a client sees the final product and they are so in love, and sometimes it comes out even better than they had imagined. It just makes me so thrilled and happy and makes my day every time, and that is why I really love what I do. And it's always so fun to go to work, and every day is never the same. There's always a new project that I have to tackle, and I always do it with a smile because it's just so exciting doing all these different transformations on all of my beautiful clients and making them feel just so beautiful from inside and out. Alrighty, so now that I've done with the application, I let this process for about 25 minutes, and then I rinse everything out with some ice cold water. But look how beautiful this purple is, guys, as it's processing. It's probably like my favorite part. Alrighty guys, here is the finished look. Let me know what you guys think. It is such an awesome color placement. It's so simple, but I feel like it really spices up her normal platinum color, and I love that she can like tuck her hair behind her ear and really expose all that purple, but also hide it if she wants to part it in the middle. And that's really the beauty of creative color and color placement, because you can create all these different looks depending on where you place the color, and that just makes it so much better. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next week.